Hi there, I want to talk about this. Before you let another 5, 10, 15 years of your life go by where you think, why am I doing this job I don't even like? Why have I managed to create this life how did I get here? I don't have any time. I don't have the money I want. I don't get the opportunity to do the things I want to do. I don't feel my purpose or passion. I've hardly spent any time with my family or my kids or my friends or doing my hobbies or pursuing my dreams in life because I've been too busy letting myself get sucked into a traditional career that means I have no control over my time, no control over the time I can take off or when, no control over how much I earn. I just get a standard statutory pay rise. I'm bumping my head against a glass ceiling. I'm a woman who can't seem to get noticed properly. The entire board is all men. And maybe perhaps even if you did go for promotions and things, you realize that means sacrificing everything that actually means having a life, that work-life balance, or that thing where you get to do something with your life, and you feel completely trapped. And now you're looking back and it's 5 years later, 10 years later, 15, maybe you're approaching retirement, or you're sat and you're on your deathbed and you're thinking, how did I not do anything with my life that I really wanted to? How do I still have all this potential inside, all this passion, all this purpose, and I've just not used it? I just went through the motions passively as if life was just happening to me. And this is like a massive wake-up call to say urgently, right now is your biggest opportunity. Right now, the barrier to entry to becoming an entrepreneur online is so low. Literally, people are doing it like I was when I started my leadership coaching, in the corner of my bedroom with a laptop, facing the door so that nobody can see my bed, delivering Facebook Lives on how to do leadership, doing Zoom calls and coaching with people. Literally, the barrier of entry is so low. That also means you've got to figure out what's working now, but it's doable. It's perfectly doable for you. You can have a hybrid online, offline business. It doesn't really matter. The point is, you can design, and I'm calling this the female lifestyle business. It's about you finally saying, you know what, traditional world doesn't work for women and equality and us creating a life that really works for us. But as a family, or as me as a young woman, being able to use my personal power, use all my passions, all my skills, all my talents, do something purposeful and break out of that norm into becoming an entrepreneur where I do something I'm passionate about. I dictate my hours and the months I work and the ones I travel, or the ones that I just spend with the kids and the afternoons off, I take them to sports lessons or whatever it is you do. And when you get to break that glass ceiling and earn some passive and semi-passive income as part of your business, then that's a game changer. And I'm urging you now to not think, I'll wait another 5 years, I'll wait another 10 years. Time, money, commitments, lack of support, these are all things that will still be there. We need to address those issues. I needed to address those issues. I'm going to tell you one thing that you can do, stop doing now, and one thing that you can start doing now that will be massive transformation to you making progress. It's just like little steps, little things that are going to make massive progress. The first thing, I want you to stop prioritizing things that don't matter. You tell me I've got no time. I told myself I have no time. I have to do the dishes. I have to do this thing for somebody else. There's some paperwork over there. I must fill it in. I must deal with the banking. I must deal with this. Delegate more. Stop agreeing to projects or activities that you don't want to get involved in. If there's a PTA thing going on and there's no value to you being on the PTA because you're just not into it, you're not gonna, you haven't got time, you don't want to, you're just being railroaded into it by some other parents. Don't do it. Say no. Stop saying yes to everything and start dropping the ball on some things, making some room for you yourself, and delegating some of these household responsibilities or some of these things where you can automate them. You can set up your savings, your transfers to various accounts on automation. Get it done, get it off your plate. Don't think about it. Reduce the need to make constant decisions and deal with stuff hands-on. Whatever you can do to make space for your business, make space for your ideas, for your confidence, for your personal development, to make it work. And then the second thing, this is the thing you're going to do. So you're going to stop doing things that don't matter. You're going to figure out what those are. You're going to get them off your plate. You're not agreeing to anything else you don't really want to do. And number two, the thing that you are going to start doing, and I think this is critical, this is absolutely critical. This was critical to my success or my progress even, is you are going to dedicate the same time every day, and I don't care when it is, whether it's your lunch break, half an hour of your lunch break, whether it's half an hour after work, whether it's in the evening, if you're an evening night owl, whether you're exhausted in the evening, like I was. I just couldn't function in the evenings after a day of a very busy, demanding corporate job. Mornings, maybe you're going to get up every morning at 5 and you're going to have half an hour for yourself, or 5:30, or just bring it forward a little bit, half an hour more than what you do now, and take yourself off into a space away from others, away from the kids, away from your bedroom, away from distraction, somewhere where you can just focus on your business. And at first it might be a notebook where you write out your vision. What is the life I want to create? And you start to imagine it. You start to dream about how it will be. Then your unconscious mind is starting to think, how can I manifest that? How can I make that happen? What are the steps and things? You'll start to notice you'll talk to people, you'll find connections, you'll have a conversation over here. I did this amazing thing where I read about the law of attraction, and for some reason, everywhere I went, somebody was a fan of the law of attraction, or practiced it, or had a story, or it appeared in a film, a reference to it. And I was like, this has been around me all the time, and I never knew until I read about it and then spoke to somebody and said, I read about this thing, have you heard about it? So, these sorts of things are a real game changer for you, but they're doing it in your subconscious because you're focusing on it. Now, here's why every day, same time matters. Habits and routine, when something becomes habitual, you don't have to force it. You know that thing where you have to force yourself to do something sometimes that you don't want to do? Well, that's where the habitual thing is really beneficial. It will just become the norm, and then you'll be able to switch that into productivity time, which means I stop visualizing it and I start taking action. What's step number 1? Put some content on a post. Step number 2, I do that every week. I do that twice a week. I do this. I look at this comment. Whatever it is, you're going to start to habitualize it. But also, by doing it every day, you're not having what most of us have when you have a job and you have other commitments, whether that's a relationship or projects that you've got on outside of work, maybe sports activities or classes that you do, or in my case, kids. When you have all that, days can just be full, absolutely full, chocker end to end. And before you know it, you get to the end of the day and you go, I didn't do anything for myself. I didn't do anything towards my biggest number 1 goal in life, to be able to create a freedom lifestyle business that allows me more time with my family and more money and to dictate my hours and all that kind of stuff, like good stuff. And what you do is you then another day goes by and then another day. And what you do is a week later, you find half an hour, you steal half an hour and you start from scratch. Your brain's not in the zone. You realize you've missed 2 of the things you wanted to do that week on your list, and the deadlines have passed because that moment, that International Women's Day that you were going to put a post out, that you wanted to rave about something, an idea you'd got, you missed it because International Women's Day came and went and you were too busy on something else. You didn't focus on it. But every day, if you do that, you'll remember the stuff you put in your diary that you said you had to do on that day, the Zoom calls, maybe the lunchtime ones or evening ones. I used to do this all the time. A lunch Zoom coaching call, an evening Zoom coaching call. I'd do lives. I'd agree to interview podcast guests in the evening. I'd do all this kind of stuff. And if I didn't have my daily set in the morning, I'd have forgotten that I had those things in my schedule because it weren't in my work calendar. My work calendar was work. It's exclusively for my corporate job. Everything else had to go on my personal calendar, which means they somehow had to sync, and they didn't because it's Google Calendar, it's all blocked. And you have to have a lot of discipline and organization to say, this is my full day and these are compartmentalized into the different elements of commitment today. You'd miss them. You'd miss the Zoom call with everybody sat on it. You've got them there and then you'd miss it because you didn't address it every single day. So there's so many things. The other thing is it's about getting in your unconscious, like I talked about, and the ideas flowing because you're thinking about it every single day. So pick your half hour, your hour slot, whatever time you can carve out, even if it's 20 minutes, every single day, commit that that's your business time, that's you time, that's your focus time, and make it about your dream life. Even block time it as dream life. If you can get a few hours, brilliant. If you don't work a Friday afternoon, you don't have the kids, or you don't have any other commitments, do it. Block it out. Stop wasting your time in the shops. Stop wasting your time browsing online and convincing yourself that everybody else is so much better. Sometimes you have to draw a line on the research and say, now I'm going to start carving this time out to make some progress on the 7 steps that matter. And now is the time. Now is an ideal opportunity. There are so many new small businesses opening. So many people are buying from people now, not from big companies. They want to trade with small businesses. They want to trade with people I know and I can build a relationship with. Never before has influencers really become a massive thing as they are now. The opportunities are still there. Sub-niches, really good niches are a fantastic way to start to build what you do, your clarity, your mission, your focus, and really get going with that. So I'm in danger of giving you too much and also talking too long. So hopefully that's given you one thing you're going to stop doing and one thing you're going to start doing. So the first thing, stop agreeing to stuff you don't want to do. That's not part of your life, your dream life or your values. And number 2 is you are going to start to section out the same time every single day, 7 days a week, that you are going to focus on your dream life to start to make it happen. And by doing that, that will transform the opportunity, the time, the focus, the feelings you have in association with your dream life. You will start to unconsciously take inspired action, I promise you. For now, have a fantastic week, and I believe in you. I will always believe in you. I know that you can become a female lifestyle business. Take care, folks, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.